What's good, y'all? Riley Beats here, and today we are going to be talking about one of my absolute favorite things within music theory. I don't know what you're thinking.
Riley, you don't like music theory.
But listen, in all my music theory classes, this was always my favorite thing, and to this day, I guess you could say it still is my favorite thing. So if you could leave a like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. You would greatly appreciate that. The community would greatly appreciate that, and most importantly, it would stop space debris from colliding and smashing into Earth. Nobody wants that. It might not stop that, but there's only one way to find out. So let's get right into it. First things first, you're probably wondering, you're probably asking, Riley, what are embellishments? You have no idea? Honestly, I have no idea. Nobody really knows. But realistically, embellishments, pretty much, they're just notes that are added to the melody to add a little bit of flavor and a little bit of sauce. And honestly, I'm so glad that we're modernizing music theory here, because wow, that is not valid music terminology whatsoever. Pretty much, we're just gonna be going over a couple different types of embellishments, at least some of my favorite. The first and foremost, we have what honestly was one of my first and favorite kinds of embellishments, and this is just passing tones. It's a non-chord tone that occurs between two chord tones in a stepwise motion. So pretty much like this, like you'll see the MIDI. You got this note, this is in the chord right here. You have the D, which is in the chord here, and then you have the E, which is not in the chord. Pretty simple. They start off a lot easier than they end up, but they still end up pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie. Next up, we have complete neighbor tones. It's pretty similar to passing tones, however, it will resolve back to the initial chord tone. So as you can see here, it's the same chord. The D is in the chord, the D that it resolves to is also in the chord, and the E here is not in the chord at all. So we're gonna build on that, and now we have incomplete neighbor tones. And that's when a non-chord tone is approached by leap, meaning there's multiple steps to get to this note, and it's resolved by an accented chord tone. And the non-chord tone is unaccented. If you watched my video about syncopation, the accented and unaccented stuff will make a lot more sense. We have the B here that's in the chord, and then it leaps up to the E, which is not in the chord. And it's unaccented because it's playing on the weaker beat, and then the chord tone of the D, which is in the chord here, is accented by being played on a strong beat. So now we have Appoggiatura. I think I said that right. I really hope I do. It's an Italian word, and that means to lean. And fun fact, in Lil Yachty's song Poland, his vocals perform an instance of Appoggiatura. So, I guess you could say that the lean was just always there. Anyways, it is an added note that is usually one note higher or lower than the chord tone it resolves to, and it's approached by leap and left by step. The main difference between this and incomplete neighbor tones is that it is accented. So in the previous example, I was playing this on the weak beat here, but now I'm playing it on the strong beat, which is the 3, and this is now being played on a weaker beat. There's other ways you can accent notes. Again, like I mentioned, the syncopation video I did a while ago goes a little bit more into accenting notes and all that. So now we have escape tones. It's kind of like a reverse incomplete neighbor tone, but it's a non-chord tone that is approached by step and resolved by leap. Sleep is always in the opposite direction of the previously mentioned step. So here we have the chord tone. You know, you got it by this point. It goes up to the non-chord tone, and then it leaps down to the chord tone here. Next up, we have anticipation. Anticipation is a chord tone that comes early. It is initially a non-chord tone that immediately becomes a chord tone with the next harmony and is followed on the change of harmony with the same note. As you can see here, chord tone, you get the drill. Goes up to non-chord tone. However, this is a chord tone here, and then that note is replayed there. Light work. Shablam. So now we have suspensions, and suspensions occur when a chord tone is sustained and becomes dissonant with a note from the following chord. This can be broken down into 3 steps. So first step, we have the preparation. This can be any note, but is usually a chord tone. Then we have the suspension, which is a sustained note that is dissonant and is not part of the resolving chord. Finally, there's the resolution, which is a chord tone existing within the resolving chord. That is typically a step away from the suspension. So here we have the preparation. This is a part of the chord here. That note repeats right here. It's not part of the chord, if you might notice. And then this resolves downwards by step into the B, which is part of the chord here. Anyways, this is just a little bit about embellishments, some of my favorite embellishments, and just kind of the basics in regards to embellishments. How many times did I say embellishments? I don't know. Leave a comment, let me know how many times I said it. And again, thank you for watching the video. Peace.